And we're live! Hi, I'm Blake.
Hi, I'm Andrew.
Hi, I'm Nick.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Northwest communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that
news produces.
We are concerned about the troubling trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country. The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish the same fake stories that just aren't true, without checking facts first. Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. At news, it's our responsibility to pursue and report the truth. We understand truth is neither politically left nor right. Our commitment to factual reporting is the foundation of our credibility, now more than ever. But we are human. Sometimes our reporting might fall short. If you believe our coverage is unfair, please reach out to us by going to newsnews.com, clicking on Content Concerns. We value your comments. We will respond back to you. We work very hard to seek the truth and strive to be fair, balanced, and factual. We consider it our honor, our privilege, to responsibly deliver the news every day. Thank you for watching, and we appreciate your feedback.
Justin, excellent. That was totally unscripted. That was from the heart.
From the heart.
From the heart.
Yeah, no, nothing.
This fake news is driving me crazy.
It's really
not only from the heart, but from the soul too.
From the soul, because we believe in souls, right, Andrew?
That's true. You know, there's no such thing as free will, but a soul is a great thing to have, anyways.
It's a buddy. Gives you comfort.
Right. It's like a little pet. You take care of it, it'll take care of you.
When you're on those long, lonely nights on the road, it keeps you company.
Yes, you and your soul music.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's do a quick rundown of our topics for today. But first, Andrew, why are we wearing birthday hats?
All right, so today, as some of you may know, is actually 420. So 420 is a significant day because a great human being was born on today, and that man's name is Chris Sieberhagen. So let's give a little round of applause for him.
Chris! Right there, yeah.
There you go, buddy.
Thanks for tuning into the show.
Yes, thank you.
We are definitely not
in any way promoting or affiliated with neo-Nazism. We do not support white supremacy.
No.
Nothing of the sort.
420 is not Hitler's birthday. 420 is not Hitler's
birthday.
Yeah,
that's factually incorrect. Yeah. That's fake news. And here at News, we are very.
We focus on the truth. We focus,
yes.
Laser focus.
Laser focus. We do not support fake news in any way.
Right, so. We're all truth here.
And Hitler, completely fake news, as we can all agree.
Can we just
I don't even know if he actually existed.
I don't think so, but can we just take a moment to appreciate that he doesn't exist anymore? Let's just a moment of silence.
Okay.
All right, so for our topics for today.
Awesome. All right.
So we're not going to start with the Holy Trinity, but Ryan, what is the Holy Trinity?
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's great.
We're going to get into those. I don't even know what some of those are. Do you know what sex is?
What is sex?
Exactly. We're going to get into that.
Good question.
I hear it's something that the liberal media is pushing.
That sounds like fake news to me. CNN's cover
That's
story.
the future the liberals want.
A sex dystopian future. Not what I'm looking for.
We need to make sure sex is illegal for the kids.
We're going to make sure there's no fake news spread over here, and,
Oh, ad block okay, this is... Somebody's watching.
Somebody's watching.
Let's just say state-enforced homosexuality is coming
let me add something real quick. We have, he may not be part of the Holy Trinity or not, but we do have the ZUCC.
Oh, yeah.
The ZUCC, he's also
all three of them combined become ZUCC.
Yeah, so actually...
We'll sketch this out later. Yeah.
So actually, sex, drugs, and rock and roll actually spells out ZUCC, if you really think about it.
As you can see, we're drinking water because we're human.
Not sponsored in any way.
Nope.
No
sponsorships. Put it in brown paper bags.
I'm not drinking water because I am a lizard.
Yeah, so actually, I don't think ZUCC actually drinks water either. It's actually just lizard juice.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys count how many times he blinked during the 10 hours?
I don't know, but... There was a count I saw on how many times he said, like, senator. Or he senator.
Let's get a good ZUCC meme up here just
Yeah,
for
let's.
doing ZUCC.
Yeah, so will the viewers be able to see the memes that we look at?
No.
No. Okay, so sorry, you're gonna miss out on some of these
This is just
delicious
for us.
ZUCC memes. Wow,
Yeah, those are some good ones.
that's a beautiful man.
I'll
right
just
there.
leave this
Ooh,
whole screen up here.
Dude, check out that sick face he's doing.
Which one?
All of them.
Okay.
Are you saying ZUCC is not the pinnacle of human beauty?
I stand corrected. Okay.
He's definitely.
So we're gonna but we're gonna get into suicide, a little more about 420 and its historic purpose.
Impact on our society.
Yes.
Nothing to do with Hitler's birthday.
Nothing.
Then we're gonna smoothly.
We just put it up there to remind people that it does not have anything to do with
Right.
Hitler's birthday.
We're gonna smoothly segue into Columbine and talk about the school walkouts because those are hand in hand. And you want to talk about what's something else?
I think this was Ryan's topic, as a matter of fact.
We're going to take a moment to appreciate our friend and number one fan, Cameron DeTore.
Thank you. Let's give it a little round of applause.
Okay, for the listeners who've never heard of Cameron DeTore, which at this point is a little embarrassing, please just give a rundown.
He's a
about
national hero.
who this guy is. Would you call him a kid or is he a man?
He's extended beyond a kid or a man. He is God in flesh.
So ZUCC level.
ZUCC
Is
level.
ZUCC level? Is he human?
Ooh.
That's a tough.
Hopefully we'll know by the end of this.
That's a philosophical question we'll have to address, I'm
All right,
afraid.
so we'll have to dive. Well, we will come back to that and dive a little deeper into that.
That'll be our deep cut.
Yes. All right. Next we have the Pope saluting, which also ties back into Cameron, and then dabbing, and what is the effect of that on
we
our
go
culture?
through the phenomenon, the meme of dabbing, and its effects.
Right.
So where do we want to start today, boys?
You're the host.
You're the
You
host.
tell us.
I would first like to tell you guys the real reason we're wearing these party hats.
All right. The real reason.
Are you gonna believe me?
No
if
lies.
I tell you? No lies.
Only the truth on this show.
So I didn't purposely start doing this on 420 last year, but it's my 1 year anniversary.
Okay.
Any guesses?
To drinking water.
No.
Transitioning from
no.
lizard to human.
No fap April. Did I get that
It's
right?
been a year.
Wow.
It's been an entire year. Day 365. So that's
impressive.
I brought you guys here to
Let's a
celebrate.
little round of applause for my man. 365 no fap. That's
For
a
being the
struggle.
only person known to man able to have gone a whole year.
that's
1 year, 2 wet dreams. That's all I've gotten. God, were those a godsend? I don't think I could have done it without those.
truly.
I don't actually know what a wet dream is.
Andrew, what is a wet dream? Here, while you tell
Let's
him,
ask Google.
I'm gonna snope it because.
Are wet dreams real?
Yeah, Snope if wet dreams is real.
Okay, you go ahead and
All right, we're
try
gonna go
to.
incognito here because we don't need that.
My sex ed was that one soccer player talking to us about porn as we sat in silence. That was my sex ed.
How you will get HIV
Look what I
from
just
having
said.
sex.
I just snoped.
You just Snopes.
Hold on, we gotta.
Is Snopes real? Let's ask Snopes. All right, so this is the Google definition of wet dream.
Uh-huh.
The Google definition is an erotic dream associated with involuntary ejaculation of semen.
It was not well. I'd say I consented to the
You did
ejaculation.
consent.
Yeah,
You were not raped by your wet.
I mean, kind of. It was like, well, is it rape if you like it?
That's definitely what I've said before.
I don't want to
to
get too cliche, but
No, let's not get too cliche here, but that is a good way.
Not going to dive too deep into the controversy.
No.
I think for
Not at all.
definitions we're gonna have to use
we
Urban
do
Dictionary.
not support rape in any way. We do not condone it. It is a serious topic here on the show, and
We condemn it.
we fully
Right.
support rape victims. In
Not
their,
saying not to be science deniers. It's natural.
no.
It's
no,
a good.
No,
It's a good
it's
strategy.
scientific.
It's a good strategy
For
for talking
reproduction.
about getting the genes into the future.
Yes, forceful reproduction. Yes, it's a good thing.
Coming to a brave new world near you.
Yeah. So
My party hat's falling off.
Oh.
Okay, here's
fix that
No.
for you there, buddy.
you're transitioning to unicorn halfway through. Okay. So we have the Urban
Now, if
Dictionary definition.
Can a hermaphrodite rape themselves?
I actually don't know what a hermaphrodite is.
That would be someone who I believe was born with both.
Yes.
both genitalia.
Oh.
You would have to have a very long.
Could you force a hermaphrodite to rape themselves? Is really what I was going with that.
Would it be rape in so much as masturbation though?
Forceful masturbation is that rape?
Huh.
I feel like
I'm
it's a sex
confused.
crime of some sort.
That'd be interesting. I wonder what the laws say about that.
I'm not a lawyer, but
I wouldn't do it in public.
Oh,
that
yeah,
would be like what's it called? Just like sexual misconduct. I don't know what sexual assault. I'd presume.
You'd have to report yourself to the neighbors after doing that.
I think it's the kids are calling it fooling around these days.
Okay, well, there's that whole thing with like, can you murder in your dreams? I know there's a name for it.
What?
So, you know, okay, so there was some type of case. Let me see.
People also say if you die in your dreams, you die in real life, which is not true.
No, I mean, I don't think I've ever actually died in my dream. Though. I think I've always reached that point where you wake up if you're gonna die.
But then, what does that mean for the famous Tears for Fears songs? The best dreams that I've ever had is... Shit, I don't remember the lyrics. I can't spoof this.
Good try.
It's called homicidal
I know,
sleepwalking.
thank you.
Oh, like, so you're actually
Yeah, so you
killing
actually
somebody.
murder someone.
Oh,
but
okay. I
your
thought you meant, like,
defense is
in
that
your
you're-
dreams.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, that would be like some Inception type things.
Yeah.
You actually murder someone. But no. So if you actually... notable cases, let's see, this is Wikipedia. We do not support Wikipedia. It's fake news. You cannot cite Wikipedia as an official source.
We
However,
cite Fox News.
We do... we do cite Fox. Infowars is where we get most of our stuff. Breitbart, all of them. Yes.
I'm gonna check up on the frogs while you do.
The gay frogs. Yes. Okay, so let's see. This is one. This is called the Bossiers case. Sergeant Willis Bossier was a U.S. serviceman based in the U.K. He confessed to strangling a local woman named Jean Constable in the early hours of New Year's Day, 1961, but claimed that he was asleep and only woke up to realize what he had done. The following day, Bossiers disposed of the body in an isolated lane.
Okay. When he was awake, he disposed of the body.
Yeah.
That's where he gets into trouble.
Several days later, he was arrested and charged with murder. At his trial in February 1961 at Essex Something Assizes, he pled not guilty on the basis of being asleep at the time he committed the offense and was acquitted. My man.
Got away.
My
Legendary.
Have you
Legendary.
look up the Twinkie defense? That one's interesting.
Okay.
So some guy, I don't know if it was a murder. He commits some crime, and his defense was that he ate like too many Twinkies beforehand, which affected his blood sugar.
So this is what it says. It says the
Okay.
Twinkie defense is a derisive label for an improbable legal defense. It is not recognized.
Okay, so now it's become like slang.
It is not
That's a
recognized legal
Twinkie
defense in jurisprudence, but a catch-all term coined by reporters during their coverage of a trial of defendant Dan White for the murders of San Francisco City Supervisor Harvey Milk and Mayor George Mascone. Okay, yeah, so it's basically just become...
And he got off.
He was acquitted?
Yeah, he was acquitted.
Wow.
No, he just got off in the courtroom and then got arrested.
He saw
He
the...
was going for that 365 no scope, no pap. And 365. I don't know where I got the nose. Oh my gosh, yeah, and he just couldn't do it.
We
Yeah,
haven't
so-
sang happy birthday yet for Chris.
Oh, okay, all right.
All right, guys.
Hold on, wait. Let's see if we can get a sick beat here. Happy birthday. Here, you want to look it up on yours?
Yeah, since that's the speaker.
Let's see if we can get like a dope. Get like maybe some dubstep.
No, get Nightcore. Get Nightcore. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Nightcore. We respect our honored friends here on this show.
Yeah, so I have to leave. I have to be back at the school for 2.
Is she
So
naked?
we still have-
Okay, sweet.
Yes.
Let's see. Here's a good
It's
one.
okay. They won't see it.
Wishing you very special happy birthday.
All right, now we're just gonna sing happy birthday.
All right.
Are we just gonna listen to this? Let's give it like a minute.
Yeah.
Okay?
A moment of silence
All
for
right,
our man
everyone.
Chris.
Moment of silence. Raise for Chris.
He could just be turning 5 and we wouldn't know it. He's so smart.
Took a lot out
Wow,
of it.
that's
good, guys.
Very energetic.
yes, I feel spiritually revamped after that.
Let's get back on to...
Not many people know this, but Nightcore is the holy music in Christian churches.
Yes, I've never actually been inside of one, but that does sound like something.
Yeah, before the separation of church and state, that's all they did.
Oh yeah, I was inside once for a joke.
George Washington was very anti-Nightcore. He wanted that kept in the church.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why on this podcast we firmly support the other side of the debate, Thomas Jefferson, who was for legalized Nightcore.
Okay.
And we
yes.
And we bless him for his valuable contributions to American society.
Serious stuff.
Agreed.
Okay, real world news. The president of Uganda wants to ban oral sex because here's the reason: the mouth is for eating. What do you guys? How do you guys feel
I'm
about
with
that?
him. I'm with him on that one.
How do you enforce that?
If you bite down,
So,
does that make it legal? Again?
So you know how they have? I'm not sure if you've seen
swallow.
Mad Max, but they have these. I guess it's sort of these like. I don't know what you would call them, but I guess it's protection against. So there's these virgin women, and it's protection against like impregnating them because they're like. They have these like
spiked cages.
Yeah,
on them?
cages on them, right? So I'm thinking something like that, but for the mouth. So let me see if I can find.
No, you don't. You don't want to look up. You don't want to look that up.
No, I definitely do want to look that up. Right?
Oh God.
Thank God we don't have video or images on this.
Oh no, I do want to look that up though.
That exists, except it's like BDSM.
Oh no, that's not what.
Which,
I'm
as
looking
we
for.
all know, is a Bible study discussion meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's spiky.
That's not what I'm looking for. Let's try cages. But yeah, you can continue.
All right. Well, let's start knocking out some of these topics because we've been at it for 22 minutes now.
Wow.
I'd say we've been
smoothly.
productive. Yeah.
We've
it's
been
been
Oh yeah.
productive.
We've already touched on a couple of these topics. We definitely got ZUCC.
Mhm.
We definitely got 420. Suicide. We haven't
All
touched
right.
on that one.
All right. Let's touch on that one.
Hitler killed himself.
He did. That's a great segue.
Yes.
Smooth.
And after stats class, I may follow in Hitler's legacy.
Ooh, how do you get your hands on a Luger though?
All right. Let's talk about what's the best way to kill yourself.
All right. So right now, just amongst us three, before we really get into it, just off the top of your head, what would you do?
Well, are we going for like the best chance to kill yourself,
No,
or
we're
the
going-
Well, here,
most peaceful?
let's do this. Well, realistically, I think
so
we can all agree.
There's
it's probably,
practical and then there's aesthetic.
right?
Because there is
Aesthetically,
something wrong-
there's like this guy who created this like he was talking about possibly making a roller coaster that actually kills you, but in like a very peaceful way.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It sounds fantastic. Or there's also this like I guess it's a machine. It kind of looks like a little spaceship, and that you climb into it and it just kills you. I guess as you sort of
Like the
float off.
Challenger.
I don't think that
I don't know
early
if
prototype.
that's what,
Early prototype.
Okay.
Which is why there's now a new race for Mars to create better ones that
Elon's
can
in
hopefully be
charge.
reusable.
Yes.
Save
Which
us
is
a
the
lot of
main
time.
thing keeping our society back these days.
Euthanasia. Is that opinions on that?
Wait, are we talking about what? Are we,
Well, what's the
I got a little
topic?
thrown off.
Euthanasia. Okay, you know what that is, right?
Yeah.
It's suicide.
Yeah.
I guess like medically.
Does that count as
As,
suicide?
well, I mean, what would you consider it to be called?
Other people are killing you.
Right.
I feel like that's.
I mean, it's
just
not murder.
We're talking about you're a young kid who's in stats class,
Like me
like
and
Ryan.
you,
Yeah.
All three of us.
all three of us.
And you got 95 questions for homework? And so you
95.
decide that
Somewhere in that range.
there's nothing to lose because everybody's afraid to die, but nobody's afraid to go to sleep. And you realize that's
That's true. So just a peaceful sleep that sort of leads into the afterlife.
I could go for that.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. So,
Okay, let's do
So-
practical first.
okay.
So practically,
I mean, I've always
we'll
just
start
talked
with-
about strapping myself to a bomb and dropping it over
that's
North
practical.
Korea.
Yeah.
Very practical.
Someone's
Or
gotta do
ISIS.
it.
Or,
Yeah.
I mean, because here's my thought process: is it's gonna be quick. You go out with a bang,
Mhm.
and plus you get like the whole like skydiving aspect of it. I mean, you're strapped to a bomb that's free falling. Like that's like a new sport basically.
It's like
mean-
giving them a taste of their own medicine.
As far as I know, I don't think anyone has done that yet.
Mm-mm.
So I think I'd be the first, and being the pioneer of something is always
You'll be remembered
cool.
in the history
Yeah.
books.
agreed. Right. So that's how I'd want to go.
Jihad for the jihadists. I like it.
Yeah.
Jihad for democracy. Amen.
Jihad for the democracy. Agree. I like that. All right, your
Make
turn.
that a
Ryan.
bumper sticker.
Yeah.
Okay, if I was going to get out, I'd go out, buy a nice shotgun, set it up, and then like construct this huge Rube Goldberg machine. Use a few cars, 2 houses, ideally another person. It'd be great. That's my practical way to go out. I've got $1 million I'm sitting on right now.
I love Rube Goldberg machines.
I know, they're
I
great.
approve. That's a good idea. Wow, mine's gonna sound boring because we're talking about practical ways. I would just that sweet morphine drip. I don't know. But aesthetically, I was thinking shotgun too. I
Yeah, I
that.
mean, aesthetically, it looks cool.
Looks cool. I would set up a canvas behind myself.
To the head. Oh, like
Yeah.
a new form of painting.
Yes.
Well, like Stephen Carter did the painting with period blood.
right.
You'd start with
Except
just
this is a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
It's not like a sneeze you can
Exclusive.
recreate. Exclusive, yeah.
yeah.
Per
I mean,
person.
there'd be levels. For instance, like you
Blockchain.
could have like wrist cutting clubs that would get involved in that.
Right.
Um,
Instead of like red paint, that could be like a niche market for actual blood.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, there's definitely lots of blood to go around,
Mm-hmm.
so you just got to find the people that are in that sort of area of expertise involved with blood.
I mean, you do it, you sell it, pays for your funeral costs. And in this society, what more could you want?
Yeah, it's self-sustaining.
Self-sustaining.
Cremated
How-
or buried?
The-
I've always wanted to be cremated. My perfect scenario is I read about how you can become a tree when you die.
Uh-huh.
They like put your cremated remains in sort of like a seed. So I've always pictured myself growing into a big, beautiful oak tree. And then
Pansy.
I
could
also
see
I want
you
my
as an oak
headstone would be like a couch. This is what I've thought.
So people can.
So people would come and sit under my sort of covering on my couch, and I think it'd be a very sort of serene
It's like
setting.
a way to give back.
Yeah, a way to give back to the community.
Mhm.
So it'd be like I mean, the homeless can come sleep on my couch. I mean, sleep in my branches if they'd like. I mean, I think I'd provide
Climb
beautiful,
up, yeah.
a beautiful serene setting for anyone really. I mean,
Pansy.
Syrian refugees if they want.
Pansy.
You're calling Syrian refugees pansies?
I'm calling you a pansy.
Oh, we've known
Dude,
that for a long time.
Syrian refugees are they ran away from home.
You're right.
Cowards.
You're right. They can't go on my branches of my trees.
No.
I'm going to go buy a fucking boat, gonna load that shit up with gold, gonna set it on fire, and I'm gonna sail into the middle
The
of
Viking
Atlantic
way?
Ocean. You're goddamn right.
I
Ain't
like
no
that.
one gonna use me after once I'm dead.
I like that.
And I'll combat inflation by burning
Okay,
tons of
That's
money.
but
the gold standard.
If we're
will
being
probably,
environmentally friendly, that would be
Fuck the
pollution.
environment.
Okay.
That's
All
our
right.
official stance now.
All
Fuck
right.
the
All
environment.
right. That is not our official stance as a group.
Too late.
Here
But-
at the news, we support the environment.
Here at the news, we do support the environment.
Pansies.
Your turn, Blake.
My turn?
Yes.
For what?
Oh, to
how
talk
are you
about
gonna get buried?
you'd like to get buried.
Oh,
or,
okay,
Or,
right.
or post birth, post death.
I want to do something. I want to trick somebody into doing my ashes as lines of cocaine. So
What if
so I need a
willingly-
friend. I need
What
somebody
about
in on this, like a
willingly?
distributor.
Someone willingly snorts your ass.
No, I want it a surprise. I want to just do
the
a
other
line,
way I've thought is
and then do another line, and that hurt.
if I could have
Yeah.
friends that were close enough with me at
Mhm.
my death to possibly smoke my cremated remains.
Oh yeah.
I think that'd be
Uh-huh.
pretty lit. So
It's something I've always admired is someone who like cuts their body up and like sets out like this scavenger hunt. So like they go out on the scavenger hunt and then you just like collect all the bodies like a puzzle and you.
I
put
think
it
I'd
together.
want to like. I think I'd want to like try it first with someone else, and just like see how. it
Oh yeah,
goes.
you. When it comes to death burial stuff, now we all know these have been tested solutions. That's why we are secure in saying that this
Yeah,
is
we've
how
all
we
read
want to
up
go.
on how to do these things.
Well, I mean,
As
when you
far
say
as I-
tested solution, do you mean like you actually die, or do you mean?
Oh,
Like,
other people have done it. I'm too
Right,
valuable
it's
to die.
I mean,
like that.
have people actually been created into trees? I don't know if that's If it
Yes,
actually-
I believe
okay.
so.
Yes. All right. So
So test the
I don't get
solution.
to be the first one, but I still think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and obviously I'm supporting white history, culture,
Vikings. Yeah.
Vikings,
And mine is the drug war.
drug war,
Right.
Yeah.
So you're
war
promoting
against drugs.
Hispanic culture.
Yeah, yes. I want my death to support the Hispanic culture.
The Hispanic community.
We do not support racism here on this show.
We are pro environment.
Yeah, so in the history of the black community, trees are very essential part of the culture. So I think I'd be no racial undertones.
No
here.
racial.
Myself turning me into a tree, I would hope no one.
And what's better is it's a white guy turning into a tree.
I would
So it
not
means-
allow any lynchings to happen
No,
on
it's
my
a-
tree.
no
from
lynch
my
zone.
branches.
Yeah.
No, none of
Have
that.
you seen those signs at old towns? The no lynch zones.
That's good. I mean,
Yeah, it's like gun zones. but
yeah, it's like
no
gun zones,
lynching.
no lynch zones. Do you think 98% of lynchings happen in no lynch zones?
Well, statistically, the signs, the no lynch zone signs, don't help.
Yeah, I can see that. They
Because
would-
if somebody wants
in
to
the same
lynch
way that I
somebody,
heard about how
they're gonna do it.
like beware of like pickpocketers actually like increase pickpocketing because people tend to like reach and like
Yeah, if you-
reach to feel
Yeah, they'll
like their
look
stuff.
for-
Yeah, and then
then
what
they
that
know
does
where
is
your
exactly the
valuables
pickpocketers
Right.
are able to be like, okay, I see that she reached in her back pocket, easier for me.
Mhm.
So, but
Yeah. Plus, the more distracted you are, like feeling your pockets and whatnot, the easier it is for someone to actually steal it. That's why a lot of pickpocketing now is about distracting you in some capacity.
right. No,
Either
Some
that
of
or
those sleight of
fidget.
hand,
Sleight of
hand
hands.
tricks are
yeah. So definitely,
insane.
I would agree. No lynch zones for all of us in our on our burial
Yeah.
graves, wherever that may be. I
I
think the ocean may already be a no lynch zone.
It would be very difficult, I think, to lynch
Historically,
someone.
has a lynching occurred in the middle of the ocean?
It would be very difficult.
Maybe on a boat.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Someone got hung from.
I mean, on a boat, they typically toss you over, though. I mean, like lynching's just kind of a
Yeah.
waste of rope out on
That's
sea.
true.
Mhm.
I mean,
Like
that's
it's not
true.
it's not economical, and
Right.
obviously,
I mean, unless you enjoy that sort of thing, sort of like a captain's fetish. Or
Again,
something.
the aesthetic. There's two different sides to.
Yeah, but
right?
those
Yeah, there's
things.
practical and there's the aesthetical part of
but
it.
if you're going for the captain aesthetic, typically you just bring out your whips and just go to town.
I mean, that's always a good look.
Right,
Good
that's
look.
for the history books. Is you get your whips.
What do they
out,
say?
you
Like 39 lashes, like
39 lash.
like
walk the
40,
plank,
40
you know?
40. I think historically is like what was supposed to kill you was 40. So
Oh,
I thought it was 50 because like they would
Maybe.
give out 40
Well, I
lashes.
thought-
I'll get on it.
I thought Jesus was given 39. Maybe he was.
I
Actually,
thought Jesus was Okay, it's
my
worth
numbers may be off. But
it's worth noting. Not a biblical scholar. I sleep through most of my Bible classes. But I think it was like 30 or some shit.
Ryan is the closest thing we have to a biblical scholar here. I'm the atheist. He's the biblical scholar, and he believes in free will. So that's
Right, and I believe in free will. I
Yeah,
can
and-
choose what I say.
Yes.
So it's not.
I chose to start this podcast, and I chose to have you guys
Yes.
on it. Okay, so I'm going to read something from Slate here about lashings. It depends on how you're lashed. It's very unlikely that the doctor will die from his sentence if it is administered in the usual Saudi Arabian
Saudi
way.
Arabian way.
Okay, so look out for the Saudis. and
The
their
Saudis.
ways.
Okay,
The
so if you're in
Saudis.
Saudi Arabia, definitely I would keep your back.
Shout out to all our Saudi listeners.
I wouldn't put your back to the Saudis. I would definitely face.
Keep them in
forward.
front of you.
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
all Saudis in front of you. As a matter of fact, I just wouldn't go to Saudi Arabia. I think that,
If you do, be sure to put on some of that medieval armor. The Crusaders knew what they were doing.
correct.
Okay,
Yeah,
that didn't really answer the question.
It
so-
really wasn't a fear of the Muslims. It was just a fear of getting lashed by
Yes.
the Saudis.
It
That's
was
actually why the Crusades actually started.
Yeah, the Crusaders really wanted to do a
Quora.
crackdown. on
Quora is,
Wicca.
as a matter of fact, for all you listeners, is my favorite app
I know you like
to use.
Quora.
I sit on Quora in almost all my classes.
Now here's Reddit. Reddit, I am.
I've
very
learned a lot
big
of cool
fan.
things from Quora.
So hundreds of whips for the average person to die.
Okay.
So the Saudi Arabian way, they break it up into sets of 50, like every week or something.
Okay.
So that's
Well,
a drawn out.
Also, it probably depends on the type of whip, because if you have like the
Cat of
type
nine
of whip,
tails.
cat of nine would be a lot worse because it
Mm.
sort of rips your skin
Oh
out.
god, yeah, just the bleeding from it.
Yeah.
If you poison it, it only takes one. And
What
that's some
what would you say is
efficiency.
the most painful way to die? What would you say? Like
Old age.
Old age?
Yeah.
the fear of living a long time in this horrible world. No, what would you say is like your biggest fear? in
Definitely
terms
like
of-
torture.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I've read it. Yeah,
Like
there's definitely
prolonged
tortures.
torture.
One I've read, a couple that I've read about would be
It depends on who's torturing you, though, because the U.S. shit at torture. We don't care about
I mean, we
care
don't
about
actually
torture.
kill them at the end of it though, so that's like.
I mean, but we really suck at it. Like we need a.
You don't think waterboarding's like good enough? Like it doesn't.
We need to go beyond.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's our new policy.
A couple ways I've heard of death. Would
That's a
be,
minimum.
There's the one where you like have starved rats and you put them in a cage on your
Yeah,
chest
on your
or
stomach.
somewhere. Yeah, and so eventually what the rats end up doing is they actually just eat through you.
What just happened?
Hello there.
The old Persian way.
Did we run out of battery?
Maybe so.
That's
No,
the
yes,
end.
we did.
Wi-Fi connection lost.
Oh, what the nuts. I knew I had more battery. That thing should be able to record for hours. Hold on, we'll get this back up.
Yeah. Let's not forget what time.
That's the old Persian
So I'll
way.
probably leave at like 1:50, 45
It only takes 5 minutes.
Yeah, so I'll be fine. I just gotta be back at 2. So.
Let me get back to my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's the old
I think
Persian.
this has been very productive. So far
Me too.
we've touched on
What-
sex, suicide, 420, Hitler's birthday. We can finish up our topic on death.
Oh, maybe
We
it
can
did
go
that.
into-
Okay, we don't need video. We have audio. So
We've
Yeah.
audio.
yeah.
It
Okay.
doesn't look like it's on. Is it on?
That would be bad if it hasn't been on this whole time.
It's on.
It is on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
We're good. You scared me.
They don't need any visuals.
So it's gonna be visual for the first like 30 minutes, and then it's just gonna go to a picture.
So we can just like get naked and
Yeah.
people wouldn't care.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, if you
Yeah,
got naked,
this is a thumbnail I made for me and my friend. We did. He's my Vietnamese friend. That's why we had the Vietnam War in the background.
You should have included the picture of the child running away from the. That's,
Yeah, I should. I can find that in HD, and then I made one for Wade. Because
But
Wade
instead of
didn't
the
do one.
child, I'll show you the picture actually. Vietnamese girl.
very high res.
Yeah, I know. I ripped it off his
Okay,
mom's face.
so instead of the girl, we'll like actually recreate the pose because it is this girl. We'll actually just recreate the pose, and so that way
Oh
we
my
won't
God.
get.
See,
Yeah, here you go, Ryan.
Mhm.
Take it all in.
Anyway, the thing with the rats is you actually heat it because when they feel heat, their instinct is to
Okay,
burrow,
so that's what it is.
and so they'll just burrow.
Oh,
into
so
your
it happens even
intestines.
faster than I was thinking.
Oh,
Yeah,
They
you don't
just
starve them. Yeah,
that's
Okay.
like the old Persian.
I feel like, but I read that you could
maybe
starve
starving.
them.
Maybe that'd be worse.
I think that'd be worse because
Yeah,
they'd be
because then
slow.
first they just scratch.
They'd start scratching, and slowly they just start nibbling, and eventually, yeah, they go all the way.
Oh my
Another
goodness.
one I've read about
The
would
bamboo.
be I was about to say the bamboo.
The
Yeah,
bamboo poop
it grows
shoot.
up through your body. That
Mhm.
I wonder at what point do you actually die? Like it would probably end up in some type of penetration of the heart. I would think
No, you'd probably go through
infection
thirst.
probably sooner than that.
Thirst or infection, I would think.
Well,
The-
then if you keep
I mean, if you
feeding
keep feeding and like giving them water.
I mean, once it goes through your
well, no, it's
chest.
slow. So I would. Think
Oh
it would-
yeah, it's slow.
I think they
but-
probably die
it's
of
up
infection.
this way. So.
Oh, it is?
Mhm. Well, yeah, you sit and they grows from underneath.
Okay.
Or at least they kind of like it's through.
I always saw it like with
penetration.
I always saw it with like a person laying
That's
down.
the-
So
Kind
gay
I've
people
heard of.
like it
Yes.
at first.
I always saw it like with the person laying down, it would go through your chest, like from
Okay.
back to chest.
That's terrifying.
Probably the worst I think is I'm not sure if this was actually.
Oh, okay. This is what I was thinking of earlier.
It just shoots you into space.
No, okay, so this is from Newsweek. I don't know if they're trusted or not. They could be fake news. But,
Alright.
meet the Elon Musk of assisted suicide. Why did my title go away? Here we go. Whose machine lets you kill yourself anywhere. Wow. It's sort of like a portable kill on the go.
Is that portable?
Ryan, let's ask the expert. Is this portable?
Get like one of those really fucking long extension cords like you can find on Walmart.
What if it's battery powered?
Just tow it with you everywhere.
Yeah, just get a U-Haul. Kill as you go.
Like,
So let's see. Let's read some of the highlights.
space age,
So
beautiful.
this is from this Dr. Nitschke. He's aided in hundreds of what he calls rational suicide. Rational
So what
suicide.
suicide is irrational? Come on.
Let's see.
You need to break out the scientific method for suicide these days.
I'm trying to figure out what it actually does. It just sounds like he's concerned with sort of, I guess, how you kill yourself, but it doesn't actually say what it does. So basically, it's just some type of machine that I think I read that it sort of deprives you of oxygen. Oh, here we go. It like deprives you of oxygen. There's no asphyxiation. It's sort of like the depressurization of an airplane cabin. So I guess that's how it would kill you, and so you just sort of
You would
drift
pass
off.
out first. Or...
Speaking of drifting off and depressurization of airplanes,
Okay.
that lady who recently died of she got sucked out of the airplane window.
Oh, my mom told me about that.
Yeah. Do you think it was a rational suicide or just an accident that the government's trying to cover up?
Have you ever been on an airplane? Those things can't break. Like, you can
Right.
pound
It
it.
could,
Yeah.
maybe she was part of the Illuminati and they had to take her out.
Yeah, do
The
we know
one world
anything about
government.
this?
Let's see.
The
Let's
one
look
world
her up.
government.
Let's see what
Woman
any of this.
dies.
That's what we're learning about in that government. Mr.
In our
Simons.
CCC class.
Okay.
Which is college.
see if
We're
I
a
can
college
get a
student's
name. Real
voice.
college.
Jennifer
yes.
Riordan. Let's look her up. Jennifer Riordan. So if this was the Joe Rogan podcast, I'd sort of be like the Jamie.
Yeah.
She was
pull that
a
up, Jamie.
get this a
Oh.
Wells Fargo bank executive.
Yo, did you hear about the Wells Fargo stuff today? They got like fined like $1 billion in fines for some shady stuff they've been doing.
I'm
No.
starting to think there's a conspiracy here, bro.
Here, you do that. I'll find my NPR notification.
We could be the first one on this. Maybe she was actually murdered.
Live coverage of the Wells Fargo conspiracy.
This is why people tune into the news.
Oh, the news.
The
The news.
It's not actually spelled NEWS.
It's just
though.
news.
It's NEWZ.
Alright, yeah. We're edgy.
We're edgy here.
You can't actually.
I'm gonna draw like a sick logo for us guys.
Please.
Yeah, that no one can see.
Are you just gonna spell news in bubble letters?
Yeah. Except
No, make sure to do spikes. Do spikes.
I will.
We need
Nice.
maximum edge.
And then we'll kind of come down here.
Oh,
with it.
that's some overlapping.
So official.
Yeah, we're going with the overlap because the overlap's an edgy look.
This is gonna be my first public podcast. The other ones have been unlisted.
Oh wait, oh crap.
Just so you know.
Hold on, I'm still going with it. Okay, so this would need to go there, and then that goes up like new.
Do you guys think it's awkward that I'm the only left-handed person in here?
Yes.
Yes, and we wish you would shut
I've
up
always
about
said
your
that
left hand
left-handers-
privilege.
Hey, I'm gonna die sooner than everyone else, so.
Enjoy that.
Shut up about your left-handed
How's
privilege.
that? I think that's good, and we sort of just give it.
Do you
like,
think left-handedness counts as privilege?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For
We
sure.
need to add that to the list. So the ultimate human specimen is a straight white male who is left-handed, and what else?
Aryan.
Aryan. He's tall.
All right, we get an exclamation mark. because
Blonde,
it's
blue.
News.
News.
I like that.
The
We'll
only
design a better logo.
Yeah, we'll
once
we'll get a theme song too.
Yeah.
the
And
only
that's the way the news goes.
the news.
the only thing the guy wears is American flags, just like Michael Line level of flags. You should get Michael Line on this.
I don't actually know him. I don't know him.
We'll
I've heard
catch up
things
on it.
though. I've heard
Yeah.
interesting.
So how's your kid?
How's your kid?
I believe.
I believe he has a kid.
We believe he has a kid. Yeah. With who? I have no.
I
idea.
don't believe with Trey, obviously.
Okay, I didn't know they were even dating.
Yeah, it was a very interesting relationship.
Okay.
We're gonna
if
Dr.
we're
Phil
back
shit.
onto some school walkouts.
Yeah, let's get
just
back on
touch on that
topic
quickly.
here.
Some people walked out of a school that was all over, I guess.
I do.
For
it.
the rapper? Or are you talking for someone else?
No, it was a sort of like a Columbine in remembrance of, I guess. So
okay.
it's politically motivated.
Was that on
but-
today too? Or when was that?
So there was one that happened a while ago, sort of after the Parkland shooting.
Yeah.
And then this one happened today, I was reading. Or today or yesterday. So I guess that touches on that. Yeah, Columbine. Did it happen? Question mark. What do you think, Ryan?
Did Columbine happen? Is Columbine real? I think the Columbine shooting was real, of course, but I don't think the place is.
Okay.
Yeah, like I feel like that's the
So-
correct take here.
So it was maybe on like a movie set or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, but it was method acting. So real people died, but it was
Okay.
on a movie set.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
Who,
Am I following you?
what actors do you think played the
I know
shooters?
Nicolas Cage was in there.
Yeah, Nicolas
Yeah,
Cage.
Nicolas Cage was definitely.
I'll look up Nicolas Cage Columbine.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage's body double is the luckiest fucker known to man. Because the main one died, and they had to get one for all of his, what movies is Nick Cage in anymore?
I think he did Click with Adam Sandler.
I think Daniel Day-Lewis may have been on the set.
See, okay, let's just compare that picture right there. That's one of the to.
Okay, so have
young
y'all ever
Nicolas
noticed? Have y'all ever noticed how much Adam looks like that guy?
Nick Cage?
Go to the far right. No, that guy.
We're gonna have Adam on next time.
Yeah, Adam. I've told everyone at our school this, and some people agree with me. Others.
Others say no, it looks like you.
Yeah, that's what others have said, and I don't agree.
I'm in. That looks like Team Andrew.
All right, Ryan, it's okay.
Yeah, this is. Look at that. That's.
You know who Ryan looks like? The
Me?
I'm gonna look him up. No. What shooting was he part of?
What else do
Of course, it's a shooting.
I can't think of any phrase more American than what shooting was it?
Which one? That
Maybe it
doesn't help
wasn't.
narrow it down.
Yeah, you gotta get specific. You gotta go by state these days. Oh yeah, it was the Texas shooting. Which Texas
one?
shooting? Oh, you know the one in Dallas. Which one?
This is the Colorado cinema shooting. Alright, well, let us know on news.com if Ryan looks like the Colorado
Ryan-
cinema shooter.
He dyed his hair red, so you.
So I think you need to do
I
that.
think you need to do that in honor, in remembrance of your fellow man. All right, we touched on that.
Alright, so that's that.
Ryan, do you want to touch on the Pope saluting? I know that was your topic.
Okay, so in physics today, Cameron says that...
Or yeah, you go for it.
Because we were both in this class.
Okay, I wasn't in there, so.
Cameron says that back in the old days...
Back in the good olden days.
The good olden days. Whatever
okay.
that means in the church. You used to salute the Pope by...
Back when they killed the
by doing
Catholics?
I have no idea.
The Catholics killed the Protestants.
It
It's like vice versa for
was
now.
both, yeah.
Vice
So those
versa.
were
Anyway,
good
he
old
said
days.
you would salute Hitler like... you would salute
I mean,
the
you
Pope
did salute Hitler if he existed.
like this.
Okay.
The Pope.
The
And
Pope.
Do you believe that?
I think it could just be a cover for modern day
Nazi.
No, this-
Nazism, but
This was a long time ago, though. Saluting
so
the
just
Pope.
do saluting the Pope early.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm convinced.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see that being mistaken.
Whoa, is that fucker wearing a conquistador outfit?
Where?
Up.
Here?
No, up. That.
That's a Swiss guard.
That's fuck it. I'm going into the Swiss Guard.
I really hope he's on stilts and this is like how they actually work.
That's one sexy man, I must say.
Look at that
Disneyland
color
was
scheme.
based on the Papal State. It's not the Papal State anymore. What is it? The Vatican.
Did we get to BuzzFeed?
We did it, but what about the Holy Trinity? So sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Can we touch on ZUCC in relation?
Yeah,
to
let's
this?
see how Zuck relates. So,
So I would say my opinion on that.
how
is
much sex do you
I
think
think
Zuck
that
has?
sex is actually fake,
Mhm.
but that Facebook has widely contributed to the spreading
Mm-hmm.
of sex. You know, like have you ever
Yeah,
signed
there's
up?
lots of
I can
nasty
prove it.
bedroom
I
things
can
on
prove it.
Facebook.
No. Have you ever signed up for Facebook and they ask for what sex are you?
That's,
that's
why
pretty-
would yeah.
Why
Why
would
wouldn't
they
they
ask?
just call like, are you a boy or a girl?
I mean, I don't know. Let's maybe I'm mistaken, but let's go sign up for Facebook.
Let's go sign up for Facebook. Why not?
Did we
See,
mention
look,
this
they
podcast
ask
is
at
sponsored
whether
by
you're
Facebook?
male or female. They're asking what sex you are.
Why do they ask female first?
The target audience.
A better question: why do they ask what gender you are at all? I'm actually gender neutral.
Right, like I think
That's pretty
it's
narrow.
something that stays the same.
Yeah, that's. What if I don't identify as a gender? I would think that's.
So what do we all identify as here?
I mean, I like to identify as an Apache attack helicopter.
Okay.
That's my thing.
I identify whichever joke is the oldest now.
Speaking of,
Probably
I hate to cut
that
you
one.
off.
Probably that one.
I hate to cut you off.
That
but
one's old as fuck,
I
dude.
read a article about how the original meme was found.
The original meme.
Yes.
A religion?
They believe it was. They believe this was the first meme.
Yeah, 3 days after Jesus' crucifixion, he came back. No, it was for a meme, guys. Like, in 2,000
No, like
years.
50 or 100 years after that, they were like, yeah.
Yeah. This is great and all, but we need to make it real.
The first original
I'm
meme.
trying to find the article.
Someday there are going to be meme historians.
Oh
There
my.
will be. It'll be great.
Do you know that there's still people doing their raids comics?
Alright, so this is
Oh,
a
oh my gosh. that's bad.
1921 cartoon.
And they're awful.
And they're questioning whether this was the first meme. So this meme, for our viewers who can't actually hear, it says on the left it has a very sharp dressed, good looking man, and it says how you think you look when a flashlight
that's
is
a girl.
taken.
When a flashlight is taken.
It could be a female.
Does that mean a picture?
Yeah,
Were
so
they
it does
called
mean a
flashlight?
picture. If you read the whole article, it
Oh.
touches on how flashlight back then meant
How you
picture.
really
And
look.
how you really look. So this was in a 1921 newspaper, and they believe this may have been the first meme. I think that's pretty historical.
That's huge, actually.
That is
That's
huge.
that's a format that's still being used today.
That
that's
really
probably
is.
the oldest
That's
format.
probably the oldest format
Do
of
not,
that meme.
Ryan.
So, I mean, I don't know if the ZUCC was around back then, but
The ZUCC doesn't even... He doesn't understand what the ZUCC is.
does the
There's a video
does
of him.
the
He's like,
ZUCC
what are all these
exist
ZUCC memes?
in like time and space in reality?
I think he manifested for the Congress, but
Okay,
he was only
and
there
then he
for
goes
10
back
hours.
to like his sort of
Cyberspace.
alternate universe, Facebook.
As
What
we,
does Facebook's headquarters actually look
as
like?
we all know, Zuck is the embodiment of the Trinity. So he was in his rock and roll phase when talking to Congress, and then swapped into his sex phase, which, as we all know, doesn't exist.
Yeah, at the very end when he started looking the congressman in the eyes.
Yeah. So this is
Right when the Zodiac Killer started being confused about advertisement, he went straight into
I
the
can't
sex
believe the
form.
Zodiac Killer showed up at the meeting with Zuck.
if you want to
I
add,
know.
we could also add up there the Denver airport. That's a good
That
one.
that'll be a good topic for next time.
Next
to
time,
cover.
okay.
Yeah, we should plan that
definitely.
one out.
That's a good one that we touched on. I think it's kind of interesting that all of Facebook's headquarters actually spells out L's. I don't know if that means anything, but there's a whole bunch of L's there.
L and H, and we all know what that means.
Wait, if we actually spell this out, let's see what it says. So
Hey,
that's
I need to go fix something. You guys keep going, okay?
all right. Hold on. This is a
Okay, Andrew, it's time to get into controversy.
controversy. All right.
Do you think Blake is an incel?
Do you think Blake is a homosexual? Is the better question.
Well, it's okay to be gay, but something about the way he moves. That
I
hip
agree.
sway.
All right. I'm trying to currently spell out Facebook's headquarters 'cause I think there's a clue here.
Are you a homosexual, Andrew? Or are you?
Is that a real thing though? Or is there such thing as actually being homosexual?
Yeah, of course, because like you're either homosexual or you're a true follower of Christ. And which one are you?
In that case, I'd have to put myself on the fence.
Ooh, on the fence. You want to date God in a romantic
I want
manner.
to put myself on the Berlin Wall.
On the brill.
Yes, I like that. I like the Berlin Wall. It's very nice. I'm currently decrypting this.
It was much better when they didn't tear it down, as a landmark.
Yeah, it really was. What is that? That's a Q, right? Q. And I'm almost done. I'm trying to decrypt this. There's code here.
Do you think it's part of the Wells Fargo controversy?
There's something fishy there. I will tell you that.
Wells Fargo, Facebook, both start with F.
Yes. So this is the code I got. It's actually 2 words.
What did I miss, boys?
Q. So
We talked about whether or not you were homosexual.
yes.
And we
Okay, so
concluded
this
that you are.
is the code that Facebook's headquarters spelled out.
How did you guys find this?
That's Russian.
Right, so look.
That's Russian.
Oh my-
I, an L.
Uh-huh.
I believe that's an
H?
H.
No, that would be a J, wouldn't it?
Wait, which one? That?
Yeah,
That could be a J.
that's-
See if that...
Oh, yeah,
That
yeah,
was
that
better.
is a J.
Russian.
J, and then we have, I forgot I have this thing. I can just do this. And then we have a P, or a Q. That's supposed to be a Q, isn't that?
We're onto something.
Yes. I misspelled a couple of these. Q. And then this last one.
It might be
is O.
an acronym.
And then we have Q, P,
Could be Russian, like I keep saying.
Q.
That's how the Russians type.
I'd put that into the Google Translate right now.
Okay, hold on. I think we're on to something. Okay.
For all those listening,
What if-
Google the Facebook headquarters, the aerial shot, and just look at the letters that it spells out, because that's not normal.
Alright, we're gonna copy these letters into Google.
Best of ZUCC means.
As an architectural major, I know for a fact that's not how you
Did
sign
you mean...
those.
What is this? We have a hit.
We have a hit. That's a
We have one
.RZQ. Come over here.
What is this? It's from Sagan.
We're going in deep now.
Whoa.
Oh, we just hit
Google
the
Translate.
Alright, we have to decrypt the code.
Google Translate this shit.
How do I do this?
Copy it.
Copy
it all.
paste.
Well, let's just start with the first line.
We're low tech here.
Let's start with this.
Let's
here.
just get a good sentence so we know what this is. Okay.
Okay.
You have way too many tabs open. This is unhealthy.
I'm worse.
Is this bothering you? Are you
It's
OCD
okay.
about this? Okay.
Go to Google Translate
Okay.
specifically. Oh, wait, translate. We need this.
We need it translated.
Turn off safe search.
Oh yeah, we don't. What the safe search is?
Okay,
for some
okay.
pansies.
Linshi post summer school hot scolding.
Where are you getting that?
Right here.
Did we
Lynch-
find Chinese porn?
So the Chinese are in with the Russians.
Did we
Well, we
actually
know for a
find
matter of fact that.
Wait.
we might actually found Chinese porn.
Oh, it takes me back to the same website. What if we go to actual Google Translate though?
It might be the filter.
Yeah, let's go to
something.
Google. I was just seeing. I'm trying to get some hits on this. Let's see.
I
how
could
much battery?
totally wear my jacket as a cape.
38%. Okay. Enter
Yes, you
text.
could with your party hat.
I'm wearing my jacket as a cape, listeners.
The shore of certain cancer is too.
We're in deep.
What is that?
Okay, I'm just gonna
Alright.
say that one more time. Okay, let's say it all together. Okay,
The
shore of certain cancer is too severe.
All right, so let's go back to the beginning and just,
Targeted cancer attacks.
dude, this is deep. All right, so let's start from the top and explain how we got here. Okay,
Alright.
so first we started.
So you guys can do this at
We
home.
started with the
alright?
ZUCC.
This is a tutorial.
Yeah, this is a tutorial. So if I can find it, did I actually X out of that tab? Okay, here we go. Okay, so we start with the ZUCC, right? We know ZUCC is
Take a seat, Ryan.
is the overlord of Facebook. So if you type in Facebook headquarters, you should, assuming you're actually using a computer that works and not a Mac, you should get a aerial shot of the campus. Now, if
Those
you
aren't just buildings. Those
aren't.
They actually
That's
spell out
secret
letters.
symbols.
Those are
Alright.
symbols.
So now, if you spell out those symbols, you should get,
So there's 2 lines.
there's 2 lines. So it starts with an I. You get I, J, H, Q, O, Q, P, Q, O. Now, if you
You're gonna copy that.
You're going to copy those letters into Google. Now, when you do that, you should get 1 hit. Okay, that's suspicious there. You only get one hit.
It's gonna say, did
It's
you
gonna-
mean this? Don't trust it. They're trying to throw you off.
Yeah, no, you only want the one hit, okay? You do not want Google's suggestions. Okay, so next you're gonna click on that hit.
And this works with safe search on. That's what we did
Yeah,
it with,
so this is actually kind of cool that it works with safe search because it means that their security's not as secure as they think it is. Next,
This is our way in.
you're gonna say the letters HUVTMSZ. All right, ignore those. Okay, that's just the index that points you at where you want to be. Okay, next you're gonna copy
It's at the very top left.
the first letters up until you see a little line with a little. How would you describe that?
I mean,
Block?
it's a symbol you've never really seen before.
Right. There's no. I would
You'll know
describe
when
it
you
as
see
a
it.
line with a little penis hanging out of it.
Yeah, in the middle.
Yeah, it has a little wiener in the middle of it. Okay, next you want to go to Google Translate.
Right. If you try to Google the same thing
Yeah,
again,
no,
it's just gonna send
Google
you right
leads
back.
you down rabbit holes that you don't want. Okay.
Yeah, they'll lead you down to Chinese pornography.
Yes.
And that's one thing you don't want to see.
Yes.
That throws off most people. Most people do not get past the Chinese.
Most people have
pornography.
not gotten to the
No.
point we've gotten. Next, you want to paste it into Google Translate, and you will, as a matter of fact, get the shore of certain cancer is a certain death.
Is too severe.
Is too severe. I'm sorry.
The shore of certain cancer is too
Is too
severe.
severe, which will lead to
And
certain
that
death.
is Chinese, confirmed.
Yes, that is Chinese.
No,
Otherwise, I believe that's Mandarin.
No, it's not Mandarin, it's Chinese.
Oh, Chinese is an actual language?
Apparently.
People always lied to me and told me that Chinese was not an
I
actual
thought it
language.
was Mandarin Chinese, and then there's Cantonese.
Okay.
Well, that's what Google
Alright,
Translate is telling us.
So I may have pasted the wrong thing. I'm going to issue a correction here. You actually want to go all the way down to UYUX.
I'm kind of curious about other codes to this. Like we could.
Yeah, I kind of want to keep going with it.
Yeah, just keep
Um,
going. We need another
I want to
search.
paste it so at least they can. I can
Yeah,
just
we
do
need to
control.
tell them the right thing to do. But so far, if you followed along, you should be pretty close.
One of the bank's cancers has been smashed and smashed.
We're in so
Oh
deep
my
right
God.
now.
I think this has to do with the Wells Fargo
Wells
girl.
Fargo girl.
We drew that connection earlier.
Bro.
Exactly. One of the bank's cancers has been smashed and
It's
smashed.
We are deep right now.
Obviously, the cancers is referring to the
All right.
executives. of
Let's
Wells
translate
Fargo.
another line. Okay, let's finish this first line.
We'll have to put this in order later, but let's just.
We're gonna have to. Yeah, we'll get it later.
Mhm.
Oh crap! I missed.
Are you just gonna do?
Just
all
do all of it.
No, I'm not gonna do all of it. That's too much. Or I'll do a couple
You
lines.
controlled V.
I didn't I? I'm a retard. All right.
Only high-tech solutions here.
Control V. There we go. All right. Wait for it.
Do.
Okay. Let's. We're getting symbols that my computer's not reading. So what if we actually take these symbols out? Oh, we're getting there.
Introduction.
Cable.
Okay, this
Introduction
has to do with the
That's
media.
with- no. What was that? What's the company called?
Sinclair.
Sinclair. That's
Sinclair
a cable channel. Okay, we're getting. Oh.
The collapse of the puppets.
Collapse of the...
Oh no. Okay.
Okay, that's all of them. Wait, what is this? This is not. Oh, okay. I see why. We have to take the English letters
I
out.
don't need the Zadu.
Okay, we still have a couple English letters here. Okay.
Oh. You and JD.
Collapse chair.
Yes, on the chair.
Okay. The cable guide will gradually collapse Yasong chair.
That's probably slang. I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
what it
some
means.
type of slang that's we're using Google Translate, which is trying to lead us down the wrong path. So we're
It can only
we're
get
having-
us so far.
right.
before
We're
we
having
have to
a
get
little
on
bit
the
of
deep web.
difficulty. Actually, yeah, we may have to go.
Did you try to delete the text?
Okay, we're gonna go full text here. We're gonna go at least 3 or 4 lines here.
Be sure to go on
Wait,
to like...
just go ahead and take it all, see it, and then we'll just take out letters. We'll see what happens. We'll probably get bits and pieces.
Yeah, we're only gonna get bits and pieces, but it's really quite revealing.
Be sure to go on to the actual site because they caps you.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
good.
we'll get a yeah.
Good catch.
Good catch. There you go. Okay. Okay. It's gonna take maybe a minute or two, unless I
Smack that
And
translate
the
button.
retards don't hit the. Oh. Okay, so why are we not getting a translation?
You have to delete all the fake symbols. All
I have
these
to delete
symbols.
all of these. Crap. Let's start with the first line. Oh my gosh. See, this is why no one has actually gotten this far.
Wait, here. Why don't we just do the last line, like the conclusion? 'Cause that's
Okay.
usually where you want to.
Well, I haven't actually gotten at the conclusion yet.
Did you actually copy paste the conclusion?
Oh god.
Dude,
oh, it keeps going.
Oh.
This is the whole government secret.
Oh.
all the way
Oh.
to the bottom.
Okay.
Way to the bottom. We need a
It's the Wi-Fi's glitching out now because I'm trying to.
It's just the Chinese.
It's the Chinese
It
trying to
is.
stop you.
We're on a Chinese
We're
server.
actually
so.
on the deep web right now, otherwise known as Safe Search.
It's been a front. All right, so just
Okay, I might want to close them down. I have Adobe.
please.
You have Adobe.
Okay.
I'm paying close attention.
Oh, you have a
to
mind.
any-
Do you
Yeah.
text something to Miss Miller about it? About the Chinese government?
Dude, Grammarly's trying to edit it. Even Grammarly's in on this. Grammarly's like, stop trying to decode the text. Stop decoding the text. Alright.
This is deep state.
Yes, dude, if we had Professor Simon here, this would be great. He has inspired us to really
should-
dive deep.
If I did
Hey, we can't get on the internet, so we need to.
Oh my
Remember how to
gosh,
do
yes,
this?
okay. Okay, we need to get rid of all the symbols that are... You know why they put those symbols in there, right? It's to lead
To
you...
throw you off.
It's to throw you off, yeah.
Just like in our DNA, most of the 98% of the DNA is just junk DNA. It's just there.
That's not true. Only 97% of it is. The extra 2% is government mind washing.
Ryan, I'm trying to be factual on the news here.
This is news where we only are factual. We're not actually getting anything yet. I'm
I think
working.
it'll
Non-faulty.
non-faulty.
We got something.
Oh, with non-faulty. We're just deleting all the symbols that... Oh, we lost non-faulty. It's interesting how they try to throw you off here.
Mm-hmm.
Pour one out for non-faulty. HR.
Just a little tilde in there.
HR.
Where's
Human
HR?
resources.
Non-frustration.
There's a
Non-frustration.
Y.
Yeah, you're right.
Is that a 2 in there?
There's so many symbols in here that aren't.
No, it's big Chinese.
Now, why are we not getting an actual translation?
Try hitting translate again. Has the deep state foiled us?
They may have. We might be in.
Delete the...
Oh, it says we're
Semicolon.
detected by the Chinese. That's not good.
Uh-oh. The
Oh,
Chinese
God.
detected us.
We should probably
They've hacked it.
Hurry up
Yeah.
and delete the semicolons.
get out of there. If this doesn't work, we need to get
we need
off.
to get out of here quickly.
Okay, close this tab. We should
yeah, all right.
we should wrap this podcast
Clear
out
browser
before.
history too.
Okay, guys.
Alright.
So I hope you do this at home and get to the point where we are. So
Yeah,
So
so,
what was it again? The cancer. Do we have
Oh,
that?
it was. Oh, geez, I'd have to go back and redo it.
Mhm.
That'll be our last thing before we sign off. Crap, I have to copy those letters back in.
You got an incognito.
Yeah, I'm definitely in incognito.
Even though you were in incognito,
Guys,
the
stay
Chinese.
in incognito. It'll at least hold the Chinese off for how long would you say? We got a few minutes, I'd say.
Yeah, but because most of this we were just screwing around.
Scientifically, it's 3.5 minutes.
All right, we have the science.
Also, don't forget the space because it won't come up with the right thing.
That's
Um,
that's an important detail.
Yeah, the space is really important. Okay. Now, let's go back to Google Translate. Okay. It was the first line. It really does depend on what you try to translate, so it may be different this time.
Asian pine share.
Asian pine share is not right.
It's very sensitive.
Yeah, it is sensitive. You really have to work hard to find the right thing.
You have to work very hard.
Just do the first line, like the
We're not.
smaller bit.
Okay. That was this.
It
I
was
started.
starting
Yeah, I
there.
started there.
And you went up
My
to the little.
computer's like the Chinese are messing with me now.
They're probably DDoSing us right now.
They probably are.
Let's do this and hit the road.
Yeah. Did we go to here?
Yeah, we
Okay.
went to the little penis thing.
Yes.
It's important to stay mobile.
We're running out of time. I can tell that they're trying to shut us down. There we go.
Oh, okay. It's fluid. It keeps changing.
Right.
One of the
That's
cancers
what
in
they're
the
trying to
bank
do.
is the same as the one in the intestine.
The intestine. Let's Google this phrase. See if we get any hits.
You might have to do more research.
I feel like they're trying to lead us astray here. Let's get rid of intestine. Could be code for something.
Could be an operative name. One of the cancers in the bake is the same one as in the intestine.
Global status report. Let's follow this. I'm getting
That's a
suggestions.
PDF file.
Yeah, it's a PDF. All right, let's follow this. We're deep. We're in deep. I can tell.
Yeah, this is. I don't think we can go back now.
We're in
Can't
the
pull
World
out.
Health Organization.
We're too deep to pull out.
Global status report on non-communicable diseases. This is tied in with the banks, guys.
If it says autism, it's over.
It's NCD's non-voluntary global targets.
This is not domestic.
Non-violent.
Non-consensual.
Non-consensual cancer.
Attaining the targets. Mortality and risk factors.
Okay,
This is
we're
deep.
gonna have to make some
Okay,
calls.
This
We're
is
gonna have to
deep.
call
We're gonna have to.
it. All right, this has been a fun
This has
podcast,
been
but we
really
have a
great.
responsibility
We're
to the
getting DDoS
people.
right now. We're getting
Yeah,
shut down.
This is
Chinese-
bad. Everything is static. I don't even think the
We're
mic's
not-
on right now.
I don't
This is
even
bad.
know. We're in deep right now.
Uh-huh.
If you guys can still hear us, just know we're.
Snow
we're
says
okay.
everything
We're
is false.
Yes.
God, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna try
All right,
and make a
thank
run
you guys
for it.
for watching the
We really
news.
do
Chris,
appreciate
happy
it.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Chris.
And may God save all of our souls.
Agreed.